Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me once again on another video about film photography. Today's video is going to be a little different from my other videos. I'm not doing one of my film stock reviews, although I'm going to talk about some film stocks, but I'm going to take you along with me on a trip that I got to take earlier this year, and of course I'm going to sprinkle in the different photos I took. I went to the Maldives, which is just a paradise on earth in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful place. I wanted to take you along with me. After a very long winter, this finally allowed me to take out some of my slower speed films, which were just sadly sitting in my fridge for such a long time because Paris weather did not allow for 100 ISO in the past few months. And this was just the perfect opportunity with abundant sunlight to use the films in the conditions they were meant to be used in. I used two different film stocks on this trip. I am always going to put down next to the photo which film it was taken on. That way, if you want to use these films in the future, you will know what to expect, especially if you're going to be shooting on a bright, sunny day. So the two different rolls that I shot on were the Elektra 100 from FLIC film and KODAK ProImage 100. And I'm not going to go into a lot of depth about these two film stocks in this specific video, but if you want a more informative video about them, then I have made a in-depth review of the FLIC film Elektra on my channel, and I'm going to link it up here somewhere. And for the KODAK ProImage 100, I am preparing a review. I have not taken nearly enough pictures on it to get myself familiar enough with it, but it's coming, it's in the works. But that being said, the ProImage 100 is probably going to become one of my go-to film stocks for bright light because the results were really, really beautiful. And as always, all the photos in this video were taken on my Minolta X700 SLR. You already know that what I like to do most is street photography, and I really enjoy taking pictures of people in their everyday lives. And so I really didn't get to do that much on this trip because the island I was staying on did not have a lot of people, and I was definitely not gonna bother everybody on their vacation just being creepy. So I mainly got to take pictures of, the environment, the landscapes and everything, which for me is pretty uncharted territory. So I was a little out of my comfort zone because I do not take these types of photos often. So there really is nothing spectacular about them, but they are going to be fun memories, and they really brought out the different characteristics of the two film stocks that I used. I really wish I had a little more time there to visit Malé, the capital, because it is a small but very busy city, and I'm sure that it would have allowed for some really good street, everyday life scenes, but I didn't get that opportunity. I had to kind of roll with the flow, and at least it's gonna give me an excuse to, hopefully go back there someday. like I said in the intro, I did use 2 different film stocks, and even if I hadn't noted down the names of the films on the photos, then I'm sure you would have been able to tell the difference because the results on both of these films were very, very, very different. That's one of the reasons why I really love film photography, because each film stock tends to really bring its own character, its own vibe to the photos, and that's just beautiful. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, you sometimes know what you're gonna get. And yeah, they were so different, and I'm so glad that I got to see how each of them performed in bright sunlight. Like I said in my video about the Elektra 100, this film does have a very, very characteristic hue of like pastel pink and orange. It is kind of on the warmer side, and on the other hand, the KODAK ProImage is much more natural, much more realistic. And the more sunlight you get with the ProImage, the more the colors pop. I actually wasn't expecting it that much because I had used it before on more overcast days, and the tones then were much more neutral, much more muted than what I got this time around in the Maldives. In bright sunlight, I found it to be super saturated actually, which was something I really did not expect. Both of these film stocks performed impeccably. There really is nothing to say, and it's kind of to be expected because they are both KODAK films. So the KODAK ProImage obviously, and the Elektra 100 that is respooled KODAK air color, and it's a KODAK film that was used before for aerial mapping, so it is very sharp and it carries a lot of detail. So again, you have that KODAK quality, which I always really trust, and of course the same can be said for the KODAK ProImage 100. Both of them are low speed films. They are 100 ISO, and this also accounts for the very, very fine grain and the amount of detail that gets carried. Both of them are very sharp and have amazing resolution, and all in all are just really pretty. One of the photos that really did surprise me when I got it back from the lab was the sunset photo taken on the Elektra 100. It just brought out these incredible reds and oranges, and the colors were simply stunning. Like, what is going on here? As I had said in my review of the FLIC film Elektra, I actually had the opportunity to speak to Dave from FLIC Film, who, explained the film stock to me a bit more. He gave me some tips on how to shoot it, and one of the things he recommended was that I shoot it at dusk. I didn't actually get the chance to do it that time because I just rushed through the film. I just had one roll, dusk came, and I was already out of photos. But now I really can see why he recommended this, because the character that this film stock brought to the photo was just incredible. These colors were so much richer than what I had actually been able to see with the naked eye at that moment. So there's a lot of noise outside my window, I'm sorry about that. So let's take a look at a couple more photos. So as you could see, we had gorgeous weather throughout the whole stay, except for that one rainy day. But other than that, we were completely spoiled for sunshine. So I'm really glad that I chose these 2 films to take with me, because they were just perfect for this occasion. Both of them in their own way, and both of them so different at the same time. And I'm going to have some beautiful memories to relive through these photographs. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't really usually make travel type content, so I really did not have that much to say, but hopefully the images speak for themselves, and I really wanted to bring you guys along. So let me know if you've been in the Maldives before, and let me know what film stocks you like to use on bright sunny days. So I'm signing out now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, Go take some beautiful pictures. The sun's coming back. Grab your cameras, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.